Imagine hitchhiking for a weekend trip and ending up locked in a coffin-sized box for 7 years. This isn't a movie plot. This is the real story of Colleen Stan, the woman who became known as the girl in the box. And the most terrifying part? Her captors didn't keep her in a hidden bunker or a remote cabin. They kept her in their own bedroom, while living what looked like a completely normal suburban life. It was May 19, 1977. Colleen Stan, 20 years old, was hitchhiking from her home in Oregon to visit a friend in Northern California. She was experienced with hitchhiking and even turned down several rides that didn't feel right. Then she met Cameron and Janice Hooker, a young married couple traveling with their baby. They seemed safe enough. Who would suspect a man, a woman, and a child of anything sinister? But minutes after picking her up, the tone changed. Cameron drove to a remote area, pulled over, and forced a wooden box over Colleen's head. The box was heavy, lined with padding to muffle sound, a device designed to disorient and terrify. Cameron Hooker brought Colleen to his home in Red Bluff, California. What followed was a nightmare that defies belief. In the couple's bedroom, under their waterbed, Cameron had built a wooden coffin-like box. This would become Colleen's prison for up to 23 hours a day. The box was so small she couldn't sit up, and it was poorly ventilated, often reaching unbearable temperatures. Why? Cameron had a fascination with bondage and control that went far beyond fantasy. He told Colleen he was part of a powerful secret organization called The Company, a group that monitored, punished, and even killed disobedient captives. He convinced her that escape would mean death for her and her family. This wasn't just physical captivity, it was complete psychological domination. For the first year, Colleen was kept almost entirely inside that wooden box, only taken out to be tortured, assaulted, and forced into slave labor. She was made to sign a slave contract that gave Cameron total control over her body and life. Janice, his wife, played a complicated role. She participated in Colleen's captivity, but later claimed she was also a victim of Cameron's abuse. She admitted she had agreed to let Cameron take Colleen as a slave so he wouldn't abuse other women, though that justification has been met with skepticism and anger from the public. Eventually, Cameron allowed Colleen more freedom, but it was a cruel illusion. She did chores, took care of the children, and even went jogging outside. But the constant fear of the company kept her from trying to run. In 1981, 4 years into her captivity, Cameron let Colleen visit her family. Incredibly, she went alone. She arrived smiling, acting normal. Her family was thrilled, but noticed something strange. She didn't talk much about her life, and she introduced Cameron as her boyfriend. They never guessed the truth, and neither did the police when Cameron and Colleen posed for photos together during the visit. Colleen returned voluntarily to Cameron's house that same day. That's how deep the psychological manipulation ran. By 1984, Janice had grown fearful of Cameron's escalating violence. She told Colleen the truth. The company didn't exist. It was all a lie. Colleen finally called her family, who rushed to help her. She walked away without a struggle, but unbelievably, Cameron was not immediately arrested. Colleen chose not to press charges at first, hoping to recover and move on. It wasn't until Janice went to police in 1984, confessing everything, that Cameron Hooker was arrested. The trial shocked the nation. The media dubbed Colleen the girl in the box, and the sheer length of her captivity, over 7 years, made it one of the most extreme kidnapping cases in United States history. Cameron Hooker was convicted of kidnapping and multiple counts of sexual assault and sentenced to 104 years in prison. Janice was given immunity in exchange for her testimony against him. Colleen Stan went on to live a private life, eventually speaking publicly about her ordeal to raise awareness about coercive control and psychological abuse. Her case remains one of the most disturbing examples of how manipulation and fear can imprison someone just as effectively as physical chains. Even now, people ask the same chilling question: how many victims never escape their own box?